bailed out by Gary there. I forgot my cheaters. Yeah, some in there, some good. Yeah, you're the oldest guy in here, Gavin. I just wanted to know that, right? So we're on the same page here. So, talk a little bit. I think I'm going to go a little different direction than, obviously I think it's fantastic when you have someone like Gavin up here, someone right from the area. Because these young people in the part of your lives right now, you're going through some times here trying to figure out what you're going to be. And I just want you to make sure you think a little bit tonight about where you're at. I'm going to talk a little bit about being a part of a team, how important that is, a culture to be successful. More important, a little bit about setting goals and kind of getting prepared to kind of work to where you want to go. I myself, from a little town in northwestern Quebec, a little pulp and paper mill town, 3,000 people. So Potsdam, big spot for me. But I was bragging out to my kids one day that I was valedictorian in high school, and if you know my children, one of them says, "Yeah, big deal, Dad. There's like 2 kids in your class." I want to go on record. There was 20 on the French side and 18 on the English side. So I just want to go on record stating that, eh? But I look back at my time. I think you talk about the value of sports, what you people are doing here with the winning these awards, and I congratulate you all on an opportunity to represent the section here in this area and what you've done. Because obviously you're high achievers. I say that, and I mean that in the greatest way. I also love the fact all team sports. I think team sports is a wonderful way to learn lessons that otherwise you might not learn in life, that are going to come long way down. You kind of get a job and you have those things. You're going to look back on your time on the team sports, and you're going to be able to kind of just, hey, I went through this already. I can navigate this, because sports really develops character, right? And it's the number one thing that you're going to get into postgraduate here in college. You're going to find out that they want to know that you play team sports. You want to be around that. It's a tremendous value to have. My job, believe it or not, as a coach, comes down more about champion culture than it is to X's and O's and that. It comes down to, if I have a great team, then I can spend more time on the details with my team to kind of make us a little bit of a more fine-tuned machine. But when I don't have a good team, I spend more time and my energy on work ethic and little habits outside the rink that takes us away from being good. So we have to really champion our culture. And we have a real simple, I'll read it to you, we have a mission that all our guys know, and these are things that our guys spend time going through. Our mission is real simple: mutual respect for each other and a commitment to excellence, integrity, and quality in everything we do. Simple as that. That's who we are at Clarkson Hockey. That's what we strive to be. We have representation for that on a daily basis, and it starts a lot of times off the ice. Our program goal is obviously execute our mission and win championships. That's our ultimate goal. We play to win championships. And I say, what does this mean? How do we get there? What is a championship culture all about? And I always talk, it starts one place and one place only, and that's with people. You have to get the right people in your program. With me, that starts with recruiting. So how do we recruit? It's nice to go out there. There's a lot of players that pop out on the ice when you're at a game. Ultimately, for us, there's 2 non-negotiables. 2 non-negotiables we spend a ton of time. So I've got assistant coaches that I trust to be on the road, and I know they're going to make mistakes on ability. So we're going to maybe think someone can score, and they won't quite score when they get to us. Won't quite be what we thought as a player. Maybe they're not quite as fast as we thought they are. I get that. It's an imperfect science when you're trying to evaluate players, but we don't make any mistakes on character. We make mistake on character, there we have long meetings. There's zero opportunity for us to make mistakes on character, especially in a community like Potsdam. Our program is a community-based program, and it's a small university. Those guys pop out real quick on campus. Second thing is, we do not make mistake on someone that loves the game, has a passion for the game. Those are our 2 non-negotiables. Why passion for the game? We have a lot of restrictions on our guys. We ask a lot of our guys how they act, sleep, nutrition, to do it right. If you really love the sport and you have good character, we don't spend any time making sure we're doing those things, because it's important for those people to do it, so they do it naturally. That's the key. After that, we try to get ability level and all that, but those are our 2 non-negotiables. We don't make any mistakes on that. I also don't recruit young players, with our sport. We don't go after 14, 15, 16-year-olds, because you guys are growing up in an unbelievably tough time. I like my youth. I don't know if I could be a child these days, I'll be honest with you. There's too much going on, too many options, too many things going on. I enjoyed being able to be called, hey, dinner time. Mom would yell out the door, and we were gone all day. I enjoy those times. I give you that it's a difficult time as a parent. You know, I worry about a lot of things that I never thought about worrying myself growing up. But it's also an awesome time. Awesome time in your life and where you're going. I always talk about when you get there, you know, what are you guys going to do? I hope most of you are planning when you get to school or next year that you're going to continue to be a part of sports, because it gives you a foothold, and you find people that are like yourself, whether it's intramurals, whether it's on a college team, I hope, but a chance to compete for that. We couldn't win at Clarkson until we won off the ice. That's a fact. Our first few years, I spent way more time on off-ice issues than I was on ice. And then we got the right people in the right place, and now we win off ice. The thing I'm most proud about with our team this past season is we talk about we made the tournament, won a championship, but there's 16 teams, there's 60 men's teams. Only 16 make the NCAA tournament. We're one of them. Proud of that. More importantly, of the 60 teams, only 9 teams over a 4-year cycle have a perfect score of an APR, academic progress rate. And that is everyone moving forward in their degree, making progress towards degree, and graduating their guys when they get to their senior year. And we're the only team of those 16 teams in the tournament that also had that perfect score. That, to me, is what we celebrate in our program. That is what we kind of talk about our championship culture. Just like the North Country, we sell ourselves on being a blue-collar organization. We tell our guys, recruits come in, we're going to have a fantastic new, Jill's going to be awesome with a renovation. I also don't want to have someone come to our place because we have a nice logo on our ceiling. So we tell it, being honest here, we tell our guys all the time, when they come on campus here, it's like, hey, look, if you're looking for a sexy sports car, you aren't getting it here. That's not what we're about here at Clarkson. It's not what our program's about. We need someone that's going to we look at ourselves like the Ford F-350, fully loaded. We tell our guys all the time. That's our recruiting play. It works. It's working. But we tell our guys, we want the person that lifts up the hood and makes sure the engine's good. That's who's choosing our program. And we really talk about how strict we are on accountability to each other in our locker room and everything. And we try to scare away the guys that aren't going to buy in. We try to make sure it's really difficult for them to, when they get here, they go, hey, what are you doing? Why am I sitting? Hey, we had this conversation. I remember having it. So we talk about that all the time. We talk about the engine, finding that's other thing. We talk about blue-collar organization because that's where we're at. Our 3 leaders this past year had a cumulative GPA between the 3 of them, 3.92. Those are our captains. You know what I mean? So that's easy as a coach. There they are. That's what I always say. We talk about it. 2 of them NHL contracts. 1 of them is going on next year. He's going to take his master's for us in his senior year. Like that makes my job easy. That's the culture that we want to have, right? So now we get the guys in there, and we talk about what does it take to be a championship culture. And we talk to our guys about 2 things all the time. This is important for everybody to remember, I think. It's good because it's tough. We talk about task excellence, and we talk about relationship excellence. That's it. Those are what we talk about all the time. So we say if you're going to be part of an organization, you have to focus on these 2 things on a daily basis. So with this, whatever we tell you to do it well. School, if you can be a 3.5 student, you're a 3.5 student. We don't accept underachieving. We don't have 4.0 students, all the guys. We have people that are 2.8 students that we're proud of them when they get 2.9. So we try to make sure that we try to achieve in the biggest way. And then we talk about relationship excellence. This is a tough one for all of you folks, all of you young guys and girls in the room, is that this is what makes sports phenomenal. You think about sports. Relationship excellence. There's a lot of people in that locker room and not everybody you like. Not everybody with same passion for the things you do. You have to navigate that. They're a part of your team. We celebrate individuality within our program. So we try to make sure everyone feels comfortable to be themselves while they're part of our team. It's an unbelievable feeling to give yourself up to be part of something that's greater than you. That's what team sports is about. That's what we celebrate all the time with our guys. We have some guys I get asked all the time, my administrators, hey, how come Joe's got long hair? Well, Joe likes long hair. Well, don't you have rules on long hair? No, I really don't. What do you mean? Well, Joe goes to class. He's a great kid. Haven't heard boo from Joe. Joe wants long hair. I'm okay with Joe having long hair. That's the least of my worries. You know, I just want them to be themselves. They know they come to the rink. There's a sanctuary that they can be themselves. They have it. You can't be funnier than me, though. I try to be the funniest guy. We get into it though with our team all the time. You guys are going to go through here looking at your team. You're going to find a coach that's difficult to deal with. You're going to come across, if you haven't already. Maybe he's accountability. Maybe what you do he doesn't really like, and you're trying to fight through some stuff. You're going to have a job or a boss. It's going to be difficult. You learned this. You've been through this before. You've been prepped for this. You're going to be dealing with a teammate that's difficult. And you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to try to reel that teammate in, have those discussions, have those pieces apart. This is what sports does for you. These are what you forget about that really are the challenges that you're being faced with, and it's right in front of you to help you be successful going on. We have a team first mentality. I always say to myself, one of the things I taught myself early on in my head coaching career, I never have a conversation with someone that the first thing I ask them is how they're doing. Never happens. It's the first question that's my mouth. Anything going on I should be aware of? How you doing? Because I might be prepared to tune someone in here. I'm not happy with effort. I've got some class back. Maybe heard they haven't go to class. And I'm ready to have a difficult conversation for them. And boy, does my tune change when I find out that maybe a grandparent that they're really close with is ill. Maybe something's going on in her life outside of hockey that I wasn't aware of. And then boom, I change on the spot. Because that's what it's about, right? They need support. Now there's a reason for it. Now we navigate it. Now we try to teach them that, hey, we still have to have other things come through, communicate properly, and you get through. And that's what sports teach you. I think sometimes you forget what sports are all about. And that's what it's about. I think it's about life lessons, and it's about being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. How many people have thought about their legacy? Tough, eh? I'm 50. I got to start thinking about my legacy. But you got to think about it at the right time. You guys are at that stage. I was talking about that with other guys. Lots of young people really don't take the time to think about their footprint. What are you going to leave behind? Who are you going to be? How are people going to remember you? And how do you want to be remembered? What have you done? I always say the number one thing is give back. Give it yourselves. Because if you haven't done it before, go to a charity or something, the feeling that you endure or you get from that experience far outweighs anything else you're ever going to experience. So I want you to learn about that, about giving back. Anywhere you go, make sure you leave that place better than it was when you got there. You try to live with that all the time. Think about it. Wherever you go, try to make that place better. It's a great lesson to have. Always tell our guys, what are your personal goals? We have team goals, but you got to have personal goals. And I heard a guy lecture one time, gave a great piece of advice. If people don't laugh at your goals, you're probably not setting high enough goals. Great piece of advice. Think about that. If someone asks your goals, what if you said a young guy from Potsdam says he's going to be one of the most important people in USA hockey back in the day, right? So Gavin is, right from this area. Set your goals high. Don't be afraid of that. And then get after them when you're going. I want to wish everybody good luck going forward, right? Navigate those tough times in college. My last piece of advice is wherever you go, I tell my freshmen to come in every year, be seen, not heard. Right off the bat. Be seen and not heard. You get to somewhere next year, you get a new team, it's a great piece of advice. Why? Because you want to listen. You want to look around, you want to navigate. Then you're going to see who's successful, who gets it. Who are the people that are high achievers there? Who gets it outside, who knows how to navigate the social life? Who has a great time, is successful in our things, and follow those people. Then that's who you emulate. If you sit around and follow the guys that have bad habits and all that, they're going to creep into your life real quick too. So just listen, be seen, and not heard when you get there. Have some fun. Social life in college is a big part of when you're moving on. Understand the limits in life. Limits are the number one thing that'll get you everywhere you want to go. You're going to have to learn to navigate social life. And if you're out first time or something in college, real high, summit, I want you to remember Coach Jones. Limits. Simple. Just limits. Have a great life. Best of luck to everybody. Really appreciate having you here tonight. Thanks.